Hey everyone, welcome to class. Today's class will be similar to last class, but we're gonna spend a little bit less time doing warm-ups and a little bit more time moving through a vinyasa sequence. So we will get started. And I have a little friend with me today, so please just ignore him. He might try to practice on the mat with me. All right, buddy. Yeah, I need to sit there. Okay. Yeah. So you can start in a comfortable seated position, either cross-legged or you can sit on your shins. So perhaps sticking a block or a pillow between the ankles and sitting back. You can also do it with no block, just sitting on the heels. So wherever you are, whether you're cross-legged or sitting on your shins and heels, we'll just invite you to find a nice tall straight spine. So if you can prop up your hips on something, whether it's a rolled towel or a folded pillow or a book, or actually if you're a divinity student, HarperCollins study Bibles are great blocks because of the size. Plus you can, just find anything to prop your hips up so that your hips are either equal to or lower or equal to or higher than your knees. So finding a comfortable seated position, find a nice tall straight spine so the crown of the head will reach up toward the ceiling. Ever so slightly you'll tuck your chin, relax the shoulders down away from the ears, and ever so gently you can squeeze the shoulder blades together. So opening through the chest, through the collarbones, through the front of the shoulders. And the hands can be on your quads, the big muscle on the top of your leg, either palms facing up or palms facing down. Up is more of a posture for receiving, and down is more of a grounding. So wherever you are, take a deep, full breath in. And a deep, full breath out. If it's comfortable for you to close your eyes, you can do so. If not, just look at the ground, softening the gaze. And start to become aware of breath moving in and breath moving out. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhale deeply. Exhale fully. As you continue to breathe, I'll invite you to release any tension, any holding between the eyes. So the forehead, the cheekbones, and the jaw all relax and release. So bringing a sense of relaxation and stillness, letting go of any gripping all the way down through the muscles of the face. Take a deep breath in, maybe even fill the belly with air. Feel the belly rise. Exhaling, feel the belly fall. Inhale, feel the belly rise. Exhale, feel it fall. Really nice. And you can drop your chin when you're ready toward the chest. We'll start to take some gentle neck rolls. So inhale, right ear to right shoulder. Exhale the head all the way around and forward. So we're drawing the shape of a circle with the head. Inhale to one side, exhale to the other. Inhale to one side. Exhale around to the other. And if this sensation is a little bit too much on the neck, you're welcome to just take a side-to-side movement with the head. So just one half. So that would look like inhaling to one side and exhaling to the other. So wherever you are, either continue to do half circles or full circles, breathing deeply, closing the eyes or softening the gaze, and see if you can keep a nice tall straight spine here. Relax the shoulders. They tend to creep up toward the ears, and we want to see if we can relax them down and away. So let's take two more full circles. Inhaling to one side, exhaling to the other. And when the chin comes all the way to the chest, you can switch the direction. So inhale, opposite side. Exhale, forward. Inhale, left. Exhale, right. And we'll take 3 more of these. Inhale and exhale. And inhale and exhale. One last full circle. And exhale, chin comes to chest, and then you'll lift the head, relax the shoulders. We'll take the palms face down on the quads this time, and on the inhale, you can squeeze the shoulders up toward the ears. Exhale them back down and away. We're going to take 5 of these. So inhale and exhale. Really nice. Inhale, deeply squeeze up toward the ears. Exhale, back down and away like you're squeezing something between your shoulder blades. Inhale, 3. Exhale. Inhale deeply. Exhale. And one last deep breath in. Deep breath out. Really nice. And come to stillness. So find that nice tall straight spine, ever so slightly tucking the chin, elongating through like a long line of energies going out through the top of your head. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. On the inhale, the arms will come up overhead. Gaze will lift, palms will meet overhead. And then exhale, we'll flip the palms. Hands float back down toward the side. We'll take that 2 more times. So inhale deeply, gaze lifts, palms meet. Exhale, flip the palms, hands come down. Beautiful. Inhale, one last time, gaze lifts. Exhale. Really nice. So feel sort of warming up through the front of the shoulders and through the arms. And we'll take a different variation of that. So inhale deeply, arms come up overhead, gaze lifts. Exhale, right hand comes to right hip. Start to sink over toward the right side. Gaze is up. Open through the chest. See if you're collapsing and see if you can really kind of open up through the heart. Inhale deeply. And then exhale. And then inhale back to center. Exhale, left hand to left hip. Sinking over, gaze lifts, heart shines forward and up. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Deep breath in. Exhale back to center, arms rise, gaze lifts, palms meet. And then exhale, hands to heart center. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Beautiful. And we'll move to hands and knees. So you can remove the block or pillow or whatever else you might have had. And you can come onto all fours. So that means that the wrists are stacked directly below the shoulders and the knees are stacked directly below the hips. We'll move through some cat-cows. So on the inhale, you'll drop the belly, lift the chin, lift the hips. On the exhale, you'll tuck the tailbone, curve through the upper back. Inhale into cow. Exhale into cat. Inhale into cow. Exhale into cat. Inhale and exhale. One last time, inhale deeply. Exhale fully. And then find a neutral spine. And from here, we can start to take our C twists. So hip comes toward ear on one side with the in-breath and then opposite on the exhale. So yeah, so we're creating just the shape of a C with the spine. So inhaling one way, exhaling the other, warming up the hips, inhaling one way, exhaling the other. Really nice. We'll take one more. Inhale to one side, exhale to the other. Great. And then we'll move into our hip circles. So we're just drawing the shape of a circle with the hips. So you can come back onto all fours and you'll just start to sink the hips to one side, all the way to one side. And then inhale them forward, almost like you're coming into an upward facing dog. And then exhale around all the way back, almost like you're coming into a child's pose. So inhale to one side, exhale to the other. Yeah, inhale to one side and exhale to the other. And you can continue to move through these at your own pace. You can go as quickly or as slowly as you would like. Make sure you're taking one breath per movement though. So each movement will have an inhale and then the corresponding movement will have an exhale. So taking really gentle circles and feel the sensation in the hips. Notice what it feels like in the hips. So interoception, or noticing what's happening sensation-wise inside the body. Inhale deeply. Exhale fully. Take one more full circle. And then come to center. And we'll switch the direction. So inhale forward. Exhale opposite side. Starting to take these circles in the opposite direction. And if you have any sort of cracking or like noises or something's just kind of readjusting itself, don't worry, that's just fine. Inhaling to one side, exhaling to the other. Inhaling to one side, exhaling to the other. And so continue moving through these. So when we have a ball and socket joint, there's something called synovial fluid that surrounds the joint and that really helps with mobility. And so what we're doing is we're increasing the flow of synovial fluid when we take these ball and socket movements, same with shoulders. And it's really healthy for kind of almost lubricating the joint and creating really healthy mobility. So let's take one more full circle. Inhale. And exhale. And then we'll come all the way to stillness on all fours. From here, you're going to really press into your left hand. We'll take an inhale, arm rises, gaze lifts. And then on the exhale, this right hand will thread underneath the left, drop the shoulder, press the left hand forward, and you can rest the right temple on the mat. So this is called Eye of the Needle, and take a deep breath in here and a deep full breath out. You can sink your hips back. They'll be up in the air. That's totally fine. Choice is yours. You can either really press into that hand. You could soften and allow the forearm to rest on the ground. Or you can, if you really press through the hand, you can feel a sensation of opening all through the upper back. So the choice is yours, and if you just want to lie down or take something entirely different, that is completely up to you. So whatever you do, breathe deeply. As you breathe in, feel the belly rise. Feel the belly fill with air, taking up the space between the legs. And as you breathe out, feel the belly fall. So let's take one last deep breath in here. And deep breath out. You can walk that hand that's extended out back underneath your shoulder, pressing into it. We'll inhale, unwind, right arm rises, counter stretch, gaze lifts. And then exhale, back to center. We'll wash it out with one cat-cow. So on the inhale, belly drops, chin lifts. On the exhale, curve to the upper back. And then back to center. So this time we'll really press into this right hand. And inhale, left arm rises. Exhale, left hand threads underneath, dropping the left shoulder, right hand reaches forward, threading the needle, eye of the needle on the opposite side. So if you can see me, these are the choices. So either pressing into that hand, or you can just allow the forearm to rest. You're also always welcome to take this arm behind you in a bind. The choice is always yours. So just find a comfortable spot for yourself and breathe deeply. So remember, as we breathe in, belly rises, belly fills with air, taking up the space between the legs. And as you exhale, belly falls. Maybe you take an audible exhale. Perhaps you feel the ribs on the upper back splay apart as you breathe in, and then knit back together as you breathe out. So inhale, feel the back expand. Exhale, feel the back contract. Let's take one more full deep breath in here. And deep breath out. Really nice, beautiful. And then you can walk that hand back underneath the shoulder, and you can unwind, inhaling back, opening, take a counter stretch, exhale to center. Really nice. And from here, we'll tuck the toes and sit back onto the heels. So we're stretching the bottoms of the feet. This is called toes pose. Find a tall, straight spine, relax the shoulders. And you see what happens when I ever so slightly tuck the chin? We elongate the cervical spine, so creating a nice long line of energy the whole way down the back. Inhale deeply. And exhale fully. Beautiful. And then you can tip onto tented fingertips and press yourself back into a forward fold. So you see how my knees are bent? Even my belly is even resting on my quads. That is perfectly fine. You can rest the belly. You can take a little bit of pigeon-toed and kind of sway from side to side. If it feels good in your body and your hamstrings aren't too tight, which mine are, and you want to take mostly straight-legged forward fold, you're welcome to do so. But wherever you are, allow your head and neck to hang heavy. So you shake the head yes, shake the head no, sway the torso. Maybe you bend into one knee and then the other. So we're really warming up the backs of the legs. Really nice, beautiful. Inhale deeply, exhale fully. We'll all take a full deep breath in and an audible sigh out. And then bending into our knees, all of us will roll all the way up to stand. One vertebrae at a time. Yeah, and then we'll inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale them to heart center. Really nice, beautiful. So we'll start to move through some sun salutations, starting with, sorry, I'm gonna move this table back. There we go. So we'll start with Surya Namaskar A, or Sun Salutation Series A, which is just your sort of basic standard grounding sun salutation. So starting at the top of your mat, so the end of your mat like this, we will ground through the feet. So spread the toes, tip back onto the heels, and then press the toes all the way down. So that the feet are stacked under the hips. Palms are by your side facing forward. Relax the shoulders. Ever so slightly, we'll tuck the tailbone and tuck the chin. So elongating the spine. Really nice. Belly is soft. And as you're ready, we'll take an inhale. Arms rise up overhead. Gaze will lift, palms will meet. And on the exhale, you can flip the palms and dive all the way forward. Yeah. So Uttanasana, or forward fold. We'll inhale, the hands will come to the shins, creating a flat back. You can look directly at the ground. And so you'll squeeze your shoulder blades together, heart moves in the direction of the floor. Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Hands plant here, and the feet will walk back. So taking a high plank, nice flat back. Inhale deeply. Exhale fully. Chatwari, or high plank. Inhale. Exhale. You can tuck the toes, rest down the knees, and then slowly lower yourself all the way down to the mat. We'll inhale, peeling the chest up off the mat, cobra. So squeeze the shoulder blades together, heart shines forward. Exhale, release. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, Bhujangasana. Exhale, release. And then this time on the inhale, we'll press into the hands, come up over the knees into tabletop. From here, we'll tuck the toes under, lift the hips, and press the heart back. Downward facing dog or Adho Mukha Svanasana. So see how we're in inverted V here. And if this is not restful or pleasant for your body, you would always go into child's pose. Child's pose looks just like this. So the knees come out a little bit wide, big toes come to touch, arms come forward. It's always available to you. If you're in downward facing dog, breathe deeply. Inhale and exhale. Your legs can be straight, your knees can be bent, your heels may be up in the air. It doesn't matter. So I'm not worried about where your heels are, where your knees are. Just make sure you're breathing deeply. We'll take one more full breath in. Exhale, bend the knees and walk or float the feet up. Exhaling into Uttanasana or forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Inhale, roll all the way up to stand. Arms rise, palms meet overhead, gaze lifts, and then exhale, palms to heart center. Closing eyes or softening the gaze, take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Inhale deeply. Exhale, palms by your side, facing forward to Tadasana. Beautiful. Surya Namaskar A. We'll move through a couple more. So inhale, arms rise. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, release, Uttanasana. Hands plant, feet walk back. Chatwari, high plank. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Inhale deeply. Exhale, either drop the knees, untuck the toes and lower, or if you're a well-seasoned yogi and you have great core strength, you can lower yourself in one long line. Either way, we'll meet on the ground. Untucking toes. Inhale, Bhujangasana, Cobra. Exhale, release. Inhale, pressing into the hands, coming up over the knees. Tabletop to down dog. So tucking toes, lifting hips, heart presses back. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog, pedal at the heels. Inhale deeply. Exhale fully. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. One last deep breath in. And on the exhale, bending the knees and walking or floating the feet up between the hands, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, roll all the way up to stand. Arms rise, palms meet, gaze lifts. Exhale, palms to heart center. Inhale deeply. Exhale fully. Inhale. Exhale, palms by your side, facing forward, closing eyes or softening gaze if you'd like. Spreading toes, grounding through the feet. Do whatever you need to do here. This is your grounding place. Tadasana or mountain pose. Whatever you need to do to feel grounded, to re-root yourself. If that means lying on the mat or taking a different kind of movement, no worries. This is your practice. So inhale deeply. Exhale fully. Let's take another. So on the inhale, we'll Rise up, arms overhead. Gaze lifts. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, release. Plant the hands, feet walk back. Yeah. Inhale deeply. Exhale fully. Inhale deeply. Exhale, dropping knees, untucking toes, or lowering all the way down. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, tucking toes, coming over the knees, all fours to downward dog. So if you were going all fours to child's pose, it would just look like this. And either one is completely fine. One is not better than the other. They have completely different purposes. So wherever you are, breathe deeply. If you're in downward dog, maybe experiment with pedaling out the heels or bending into one knee and then the other and see what that does for the back of the legs. As you breathe in, fill the belly with air. As you breathe out, feel it contract. So deep breaths in and deep breaths out. Let's take one more round of breath. I check the time. Beautiful. One more round of breath. And on the exhale, if you're in down dog, we'll bend into the knees and walk or float the feet between the hands. Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Inhale, roll all the way up to stand. Palms rise, gaze lifts. Exhale, palms to heart center, Anjali Mudra or prayer pose. Yeah, so inhale deeply and exhale fully. Inhale deeply. Exhale, palms by your side, facing forward. Really nice. We'll come into a balance here. So I just want to tilt the camera so you can see a little bit better. You don't need to see my feet so much. So we're going to come into Vrikshasana or tree. It's a really wonderful balance posture. So if you're a regular student of mine, you know we always start the same way. Come to the back of the mat and take a really intentional, beautiful step forward. So let's start with the left leg. So stepping forward with the left leg, spreading the toes and shifting the full weight onto that left leg. You can find a drishti or a focal point to look at, something on the ground or in front of you that's not moving. So it ought not to be me. You can kind of bend your knee, get your balance. And then we're going to start to lift to whatever, also if you want to be near a wall or something you can grab onto and hold on for dear life. Awesome. We're going to start to bring the right knee toward the chest. And then eventually you can kind of bring it out to your side. The bottom of the foot is either going to come right below the knee joint, resting on the calf, and really focus on opening through the inner hip. Or if your pants will allow you and your balance will allow you, you can bring the bottom of the foot up into the inner thigh. The most important thing is that nothing should be pressing on the knee joint right here. So you're either above or you're below. And there's no shame either way. So find a tall spine, relax the shoulders. Palms are at heart center, Anjali Mudra, really grounded here. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. And if you're wiggling and wobbling and falling out of that, that is totally normal. I have great balance because I was a cross-country ski racer. There's other things that I really struggle with. So we're all in different bodies, and it doesn't matter what this looks like. Take a deep, full breath in again, and a deep, full breath out. And if you'd like, you can either grow your branches up, or maybe you open your arms wide. Perhaps you come into more of a cactus shape, really opening through the shoulders. We'll take 2 more breaths here. Inhale deeply. You're doing awesome. Exhale completely. Inhale. And exhale, palms come back to center, and we'll unwrap. wind ourselves. Really nice job. And then shake it out. And you know, the awesome thing is nobody saw. I can't see, but I know that it was great regardless. So yeah, really shake that leg out. And we are not symmetrical. We are asymmetrical. So this side could be totally different. Maybe your foot's going to be in a different spot. That's just fine. So this time we'll take a step forward with the right leg. Spread the toes, fully shift the weight. Get comfy, find your focal point. When you're ready, you can hug the knee in toward the chest. And then start to open up through the inner hip. Beautiful. And then bottom of the foot can come either right below the knee joint, really pressing out. Beautiful. Or you can bring it up toward the inner thigh. And so a good trick for not slipping, because sometimes pants are really slippery, is to both press the foot into the leg and the leg into the foot. So you have pressure coming from both sides. Really nice. Hands are at heart center. Relax the shoulders. Heart shines forward. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. And then choose where you'd like to stay, either here, or you can grow your branches up, or out, or cactus. Totally your call. I think I'll grow mine out right now. Relaxing shoulders, heart shines forward. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Inhale. Exhale. Reminder that if you're falling or wobbling, you are just fine. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. And then we'll start to come back to center, palms to center, and then gently, 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 you can come out. Really great. Awesome. Shake that leg out, shake those arms out. Maybe kind of give yourself a couple ankle circles. Great. And we'll move to the floor. So let me again just tilt this. There we go. Yeah, so we'll move to the floor and we're going to take a similar twist to what we did in the last class. So you can start, by extending your right leg out. And you can point and flex the toe. This is dorsiflexion. This is plantar flexion. So when I say pull the toes toward the kneecap, that's plantar flexion. Really nice. And that helps us to really elongate through the hamstring. So find a nice tall, straight spine. Yeah. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. I'm going to take a twist. So from here, you're going to bring this left leg over the right. Maybe you need to shift onto the front of your sits bones, kind of tilting the pelvis. And you can either, with your right arm, hug knee into chest, or you can kind of create a little kickstand for yourself and cross over. This opens up more through the upper back and the low shoulders. So either one is fine. And then this left hand will come out behind you, tented fingertips, and you'll press in to really elongate the spine. So we're in a seated spinal twist. Nice tall spine. Inhale deeply. Exhale fully. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale. Exhale. Inhale one last time. Become tall. Spine is long. Exhale. And then ever so gently, perhaps you unwind. Bring in both hands to the ground on the opposite side. And then we'll switch sides. So extending left leg out long. Right foot comes first in. We kind of tilt the pelvis, shift the weight, pulling toes toward kneecap, dorsiflexion, plantar flexion, whatever one I just told you. I have pandemic brain a little bit. So hopefully we didn't just do everything on the same side, but that would be kind of classic. because I don't have you guys here to tell me. So hug the knee in toward the chest, yeah. And then remember, you can either hug and twist, or you can, whatever this would be called, stick your elbow there and twist. Either one is just fine. So as you breathe in, become long and tall, and as you breathe out, you'll twist around. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Inhale deeply, seated spinal twist. Exhale completely, really relax. Inhale and exhale. And then gently unwind. We'll take a counter stretch so both hands come to opposite side. And then back to center. Really nice. From here, we're actually going to make our way to lying down. But before that, just take a couple of hip circles on each side. So let's say 3 on each side, just really releasing the hips. So 1, that's 2. And this would be 3. So leading with the chest, really nice. And then coming back all the way forward, switching the direction. Inhale and exhale and inhale, exhale. Last one, breathing in and breathing out. And then come back. Maybe you take your shoulders up, back and down. Roll out the fingers, the wrists. And we're going to come to our supine twist. So we're moving our way towards Shavasana. So from here, I think most of us should know this one. This is a classic posture before Shavasana in many Vinyasa flow classes. So get my clogs out of the way. So the feet come toward the chest and you can lie back. Left leg extends out long, right knee hugs in. And then as you're ready, you can just tip over to the left side. And then the right arm will come out beside you. Gaze over that right elbow. Yeah. And just settle in here for a few breaths. Inhale deeply. Exhale fully. So we're elongating the inhale and lengthening the exhale, really slowing down, cooling the body down. And whatever shape comes into your body here is just fine. It doesn't need to be anything in particular. There's no way you need to look. Just see what shape arrives and surrender to that, really sink into that. Take one last deep breath in and deep breath out. And then we'll switch sides. So bring both knees back in toward your chest. Extend opposite leg out long. And then tip over again. Arm is over. I think I'm doing the wrong side. Yeah, this one should be your left knee, I believe. And then exhale that arm. Gaze is over your shoulder. If it's too much to gaze over your left shoulder, you can just look up at the ceiling. Yeah. You may choose to close your eyes or soften your gaze. You may choose to do something else entirely. Again, listening to your body. What your body might be asking for is very different than what mine might be asking for. So just do what you need to do, always taking agency over your own body. Inhaling to breathe in deeply, deeply, deeply. Exhaling to breathe out. Slow, long exhalation. Lengthening the exhalation helps us to switch over to the parasympathetic nervous system, the rest, restore, heal response. It's a way that we can self-soothe, calm our nervous system down. There's a lot to be anxious about right now. So if you can just imagine really, even if that exhale is just a little hair longer than the inhale, you're really working with the nervous system to slow and calm and ground, which is a beautiful tool we have in our own bodies to self-soothe. Relax the forehead, relax cheekbones, relax jaw. Surrender to whatever shape has arrived in your body, wherever you are. Take a deep breath in, last breath, and a deep breath out. And then you can roll back to center. So hugging knees in toward the chest. Rocking from side to side, massaging the low back. And then we're gonna make our way into Shavasana, our final resting posture, corpse pose. So you can take Shavasana any way you'd like, any version of lying down. If there's any last movements you might like to take, your body might be asking for before coming into a rest, feel free to do so, whether that be legs up the wall, Viparita Karani, or happy baby, totally your call. If not, you can start to settle in to Shavasana, final resting pose, maybe grabbing socks or a blanket or a pillow or anything you might need. So just lying down, however is most comfortable for you. Yeah, allow the ankles and the feet to be heavy and just allow the feet to kind of hang. And the palms can be facing up or facing down. Some folks love to rest their hands on their rib cage or on the belly, or one hand on the belly, one hand on the chest. It's completely up to you. So wherever you are, settle in. If it's comfortable for you to close your eyes, feel free to do so. If not, just soften your gaze and see if you can release tension, forehead, cheekbones, jaw. Belly is soft, and here you may return to your natural state of breathing. No need to manipulate or control the breath. Just follow the inhalation in and the exhalation out. And I'll let you know when it's time to come back. Shavasana. Invitation to return awareness to your physical body. Taking a deep, full breath in, filling the belly, and a deep, full breath out. Bringing movement into the fingers and the toes, the wrists and the ankles. maybe muscles of the face, just bringing little movement back into the body, however feels best for you. And perhaps you even take a full body stretch, so lifting arms up overhead, pointing the toes, becoming as long as you can, and then melting back into the mat. And as you're ready, in your own time, in your own way, you can hug the knees in and roll over to one side in the fetal position, just like this. Keeping eyes closed or gaze soft. And here in fetal position, every class we take a moment to breathe in a deep breath of gratitude and breathe it out, spreading it all through the body. We thank ourselves for showing up to practice when there's a lot of other things we could be doing. We thank our bodies, however imperfect they might be, for all that they allow us to do. We give thanks for the deeper knowing that we are enough just as we are. Our bodies are enough just as they are. So we inhale, giving thanks for all of that. And we exhale to spread that through. And as you're able, as you're ready, in your own time, in your own way, you can roll up and find a comfortable seated position. Find a nice tall, straight spine. Relax the shoulders. We'll bring hands to heart, Anjali Mudra or prayer pose. And together we'll take a full deep breath in and an audible exhale out. We'll actually do that 2 times. So would you breathe with me? Inhaling deeply and exhale. Inhaling and exhale. And then we lift the thumb knuckles to forehead. And I say that the inner light in my heart honors and cherishes that same light in each and every one of your hearts, whether I know you or not. And I'll say the blessing that we say in my yoga tradition. May the longtime sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. May it be so. Thank you for your efforts. Thank you for your practice. And as always, please feel free to let me know if you have any questions or requests for next class. It is a gift and a pleasure and an honor to practice with you. Namaste, and I will see you. If I don't hear from you, I'll see you at class next week. Take care.